I'm rocking with G-Sportz.
Preview.
My name is Saivion, and I'm rocking with G-Sportz.
You committed to LSU not too long ago last week. A lot of people was excited about the commitment from you, man, because everybody know about your athletic ability and how you kind of like took the state by storm last season on your junior year. But you dropped your top 6 about 2 weeks ago, and then you came and committed to LSU on last week. Talk about what made you choose LSU to spend your next 3 to 4 years at Saivion.
All right, so LSU, they're a great football program. They know what it takes to win a championship, a national championship. They know what it takes to send a bunch of people to the NFL, and I felt like that was the perfect school for me.
When you went into picking your top 6, you had some really good programs on in that top 6. What kind of made you want to commit now versus kind of like playing it out throughout the season, like some kids choose to do sometimes?
All right, so commit now, just wanted to get out of the way, release some stress from me. And I just felt like that time was the perfect time to do it.
Gotcha. Talk about your relationship with Coach O and Coach Johnson, the D-line coach at LSU. Everybody know Coach O his forte is the D-line, and he's great at developing kids at the D-line position. So is Bill Johnson, who has a resume of coaching in the NFL. Just talk about your relationship with those two guys at LSU.
All right, it played a big factor because Coach O know how to develop people, and he knows what it's like to develop people into playing in the NFL, and I feel like he could develop me into an NFL player.
Gotcha. Last year, the last 3 to 4 years, when Coach Dave Aranda, the defensive coordinator, was there, they ran a 3-man front. You had some kids around the country and in the state that was getting recruited by LSU kind of didn't like that scheme. But now Bill Pelini is coming in, now he's changing it to a 4-man. Talk about how much was that a factor until you want to go to LSU now that they're going to have a 4-man front on the D-line now?
That also played a big factor because in a 4-3 defense, you need some good edge rushers, and I feel like I could fill that spot.
Recently, over the last year or so, you kind of look like you did put your focus toward football. Talk about that, man, how basketball was your first love at first, and then you just decided to start focusing on football.
All right. I played basketball and football all my life, but I like basketball way better than football. But when I find out how high my ceiling is in football, I decided to pursue that.
What was the defining moment like that made you say, like, man, I think football might be my ticket more than basketball?
When I had over 20 sacks my first year playing.
Was it just natural, or did you kind of like get it with somebody that start kind of teaching technique wise on how to be a pass rusher, or it just was natural?
It was natural, but I had help from my defensive coach, Coach Taylor, and he really helped me learn my pass rush move.
Last year, y'all had a magical run, man. You ran the table. You beat some really good 5A teams. Won the first state championship in St. James since 1979. Talk about last year, man, and that magical run, and how good that defense was last year, and just bringing that culture back to St. James versus for the last few years before Coach Valdez got there.
All right, so it's been 40 years since we won a state championship. It was a pretty exciting moment of our life. Our defense, they only had one team that got past 21 points on us, which was Dustingham. So I think our defense played a pretty big factor into this role.
Coming into the season, did you feel like y'all had a team that was going to be able to go undefeated and win a state championship? I mean, I know that was the goal, but when it actually was happening, you beat Destrehan. Destrehan was in the state championship in 5A, and y'all, right. I mean, y'all was kind of dealing with them for the most part throughout that game until toward the end. But right. You beat a good team that was really, really good with some really good, talented players. Did y'all think y'all were going to be able to beat teams that way and run the table before the coming into the season?
No, sir, I didn't even think that. I didn't really think. I knew we were gonna make it in the playoffs and all that. I didn't think we were gonna make the championship. But when we beat Dustingham, yeah, I had a feeling we were gonna make it all the way.
Just talk about how the atmosphere has been down there in St. James and Vacherie since y'all won the state championship. I know y'all got y'all rings not too long ago. I know VSN is doing a 1-hour documentary story on y'all. Just talk about all the publicity, how y'all been dealing with it.
All right, so you know, it's like you come down here, it's like a happy atmosphere. You know, everybody happy. You know, we accomplished something. We made history, and like, you know, everybody just happy for us. You know, they greet us. They're like, you know, congratulate us, and it just straight happy feeling.
I know y'all lost some key players off that state championship team, but you got a lot of good players coming back. How confident are you and the rest of your brothers that y'all can make another run in that 3 championship this year?
I'm pretty confident we could go back again. You know, as long as we work as hard as we did last year and push ourselves and push each other, I think we can make it back again.
Before Coach Valdez got to St. James, you know, St. James was a solid program, made some runs in the playoffs here and there. But it seemed like since Coach Valdez has gotten to St. James, things are kind of changed. Coaches, St. James always had talent at St. James, but it seemed like the coaches kind of started to change once he got there. Talk about the influence that Coach Valdez has had on you as a football player and as a person and the program at St. James.
All right, so Coach Val, you know, he told us about like his story, you know, where he from and all that, and I could relate to him a lot about that. And looking at him, he really motivated me a lot because, you know, like we come from the same places, you know.
Far as the football aspect of it, talk about how the influence he made on and the impact he made on the St. James program.
All right, he made a huge impact on us. You know, before he came, you know, we were like that. We wasn't really pushing to a state championship. Like we had the mindset of we can't get that. You know, Covell came in, he proved us all wrong, changed our mind, and that's we got a state championship.
Saivion, we know about you as a football player. We know how good of a basketball player you were. Kind of talk about some things that you got in mind that you want to do with your life after you're done playing football.
All right, so after football, I want to do architect. You know, I want to work on houses, building. You know, like do the planning, and I think I'm gonna really have a bright future for that.
You know that you're one of the best defensive linemen in the state and in the country, but I know they got some things that you feel like, man, that's something I need to work on to get better going into my senior year.
All right, so we all know I'm a good edge rusher. You know, I can get to the quarterback, but what I really want to work on is stopping the run because you got to stop the run first before you get to the pass. So I feel like that's an important thing I need to work on.
All right, Saivion. So this is the fun part of the segment. Who is your favorite football player of all time and why?
And in the NFL right now, Kamara Jordan, because you know he's outstanding edge rusher. Like he's very good. Like I watch him all the time, and I like how he play. And he's just a great player.
So I'm gonna take it that you're a Saints fan.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Favorite NBA player of all time and why?
My favorite NBA player, I said Stephen Curry. I like him. Like he got a far three-point range. You know, he could just shoot whenever you feel like it. I just like him.
Favorite sneaker of all time and why?
I'm not really a shoe person. I don't really have one. Nope, I'm not a shoe person.
Favorite NBA team of all time and why?
it used to be the Thunders, you know, because of Westbrook and Kevin Durant. But now I don't know what it is now. They broke up. I just got off the team.
All right. Favorite rapper to listen to get hype before a game?
Kevin Gates. One of my favorite rappers. Him or Lil Uzi Vert.
I just got on Lil Uzi Vert. I just got on him probably about 3 months ago.
All right, yeah, I like his music.
Favorite sports movie of all time?
My favorite what?
Sports movie.
Sports movie, Remember the Titans. That's like a classic. That's one of my favorites.
If you could take a vacation to any place in the world, state or country, where would it be?
Jamaica. Yeah. One of my family members been there before, and she told me how it's like, how the resort is and all that. It has a great vacation. I want to go there.
I appreciate you for coming on the Zoom interview with me today, bro. Stay safe. And before you go, you got to let everybody know who is Saivion Jones rocking with, man.
We're rocking with G-Sportz.
There it is, man. Saivion Jones, St. James defensive end, LSU commit. We signing out. Appreciate you, Saivion.